Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report. Got a quick video to cut tonight. It is Wednesday, September 6th, about 10 p.m. Central Time, my time. If you are watching this episode and you have not subscribed, I implore you, please hit that red subscribe button. It is free. It's a free investment on your part. My first goal is to get to 500, then to 1,000. Whenever I hit 1,000, my channel will grow exponentially into a diamond gem. I'll be able to put it back into the channel, get a nice mic, get a nice studio set up, sound bites, a nice desktop just for this, graphics and film and whatnot. I'm just starting with my Galaxy, and I just like Law Nation started way back in the day. Title for this episode is The Joneses Need to Wake Up, because there is one major loose end that we need to tie up that they seem to be ignoring, and it's already rearing its ugly head. I do have Tourette's. It manifests itself in like a cough sometimes. I try to suppress that, so please don't let that bother you. It seems that worked for Mike Fisher, guys. So on the count of three, if you haven't subscribed, please indulge me. On the count of three, guys, hit that red button. 1, 2, 3, subscribe. Boom, hit it. If you did it, you're a real one. I love you for it. Like Fish says, it helps beat the algorithms. If you hit that thumbs up button, that like button, on the count of three, if we can all hit that like button. 1, 2, 3, like. If you hit it, you're a real one, and I love you for it. I noticed in other smaller content creators, not like Law Nation or Vox Lombardi or Mark Holmes, not the bigger guys, the smaller guys right now who can edit, just have their Cash App name on the bottom of their screen. And so I made a little sign. I don't know how legible it is. It'll be in the chat. It's the money sign, lowercase c, lowercase m, 65466. Throughout the season, after week 17 at Washington, I will tally up the donations to the channel, and there will be top 3 prizes. Whoever donates the most to the channel to help build it, at the end of the regular season, will get playoff tickets, maximum 3 persons, 50-yard line, low, medium deck. Second place will be 2 jerseys of your choice, home, away, alternate, color rush, customize, whatever you want, jersey wise. Third place will be an Emmitt Smith Rookie of the Year card, probably be autographed by that time. If donations are better than expected during the season, then prizes 2 and 3 will be better. That will all be in the chat section after this video uploads. Alright, that's out the way. I believe y'all take care of me. Y'all subscribe, like, and share. But we're going to get to this right now, because this is just complete ridiculousness. You look on the defensive side of the ball. What do you see? You see, in the trenches, you see depth at the wazoo. I mean, right now, on first down, Micah Parsons probably be playing linebacker. On rundown, because he's a pass rusher. So your defensive line, we're looking at Tank Lawrence, Osia Digizua, Jonathan Hankins, Dorrance Armstrong. And then behind that, you got Sam Williams, Mozzie Smith, Neville Gallimore, who really looked good this offseason. That's why he kept his job. And Dante Fowler. And then you got Chauncey Golston and Viliami Fehoko in that mix. Those are tweeners. Viliami Fehoko can play end or tackle, so can Chauncey Golston. That is major depth in the trenches on guys that can really ball and play good football and get nasty. And then on third down, number 11 becomes a defensive end. And, I mean, that's just depth right there. At linebacker, as special as Overshown looked in the first preseason game that he played in, he was commanding the defense, leading it as a rookie in his first preseason game, which is rare to see. Him to go down with a torn ACL is very sad. But we are not that thin at linebacker. We're just fine. Parsons will play linebacker some of the time. Wolf Hunter has been healthy last few years. Damone Clark is going to just blow up this year. Devin Harper, who was hurt all his rookie season last year, is playing. Marquise Bell plays linebacker, and Jaron Kearse is basically a linebacker himself. So, linebacker depth, not really an issue. Safeties, we have Jaron Kearse, Donovan Wilson, and Malik Hooker. Behind that, you got Izzy Akwamu, Marquise Bell, Wanye Thomas. Depth out the wazoo. Corners. We got Stephon Gilmore, Trayvon Diggs, Deron Bland. Cornerback 4, Jordan Lewis. As soon as he gets just right, he's off the PUP list, but he probably won't play week 1. But Gilmore, Diggs, Bland, who just in half a season his rookie year, 5 picks, covered pretty damn good. Jordan Lewis is corner 4. Eric Scott Jr. corner number 5. That's crazy depth. Wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup. That's a hell of a trio. Tolbert plays as well as he's looked in his second season. It's a good fourth receiver. Then Devontae Turpin, receiver number 5, with that all-world speed. And then Jalen Brooks, receiver number 6, our 7th round pick. Tight ends. Our 2nd round pick is 3rd on the depth chart. Jake Ferguson, who's Travis Kelce Jr. I'm telling y'all, watch out the season for 87. Hendershot, and then Schoonmaker is number 3. Pretty good depth at tight end. And we got Sean McEwen on the practice squad. Running back, you got the 2nd most explosive player in the NFL behind the Cheetah, Tyreek Hill, and Tony Pollard. Last year, PFF said Tony Pollard was the 2nd most explosive player in the league behind Tyreek Hill. That's how badass Tony Pollard was last year. And you got Rico Dowdle, who weighs 220. Zeke was like 225. So Rico is pretty good in pass pro. Showed it this offseason. He was a UDFA in 2020, a year after we drafted Tony Pollard. And he's just been hurt his first 3 off seasons. This offseason, he's finally healthy. And you got Deuce Vaughn as running back 3. Hunter Lipke as fullback and running back 4. And if one of the backs go down, then Malik Davis comes in. We have depth at running back. And each running back has a different skill set. Tony Pollard is that home run hitter, speed guy. Deuce Vaughn is that jitterbug, Darren Sproles, type guy, David Megan type guy. Rico Dowdle is he's got speed, but more of your banger type back. And then Hunter Lipke, same type deal. More of a banger type back. Not too fast, but not too slow. Can catch, block, and receive. The wide receivers, the top 3, all different skill sets. Brandon Cooks, his biggest thing is speed, still runs a 4.3. Michael Gallup is an X receiver for the outside. Very physical, can, push you around, run good slant patterns, out jump you for the ball, and then CeeDee Lamb is just a monster. They can play in the slot or outside. Offensive line. Tyron Smith, who has been injury-plagued since 2016. 2016, missed 3 games. All the way through 2019. Those 4 seasons, he missed 3 games each season. 2020, he missed the entire season just about. 2021, he missed 5 games. 5 games out of 16. No, out of 17. Yeah, 20. So, 5 out of 17. Last season, he misses 12 out of 17. Hamstring comes off the bone. So, instead of taking Osiris Torrance at pick 58 in round 2, who was graded as a top guard in the draft by a lot of people, fell in our lap, pick 58. We picked Luke Schoonmaker, who is 3rd on the depth chart right now as our tight end. Look, he would have been perfect because if Tyler Smith don't play against the Giants on Sunday, Osiris Torrance would have fit right in there. And he's a very strong, powerful man, young man. And our offensive line, for all intents and purposes, would have been rebuilt. Because when Tyron next year, the year after, is gone, then Tyler would kick out back to left tackle. Osiris would be your left guard. Zach Martin would be the elder statesman at 32. Terrence Steele just got his bag. He's 25. B-Dash, 25. And B-Dash might get, extended after this season. Depends on how he plays. But everybody on the offensive line would have been 25 or younger, except for Zach Martin. And with Ty Smith's contract restructured, Tyron Smith could have been our swing tackle. So we didn't go that route. Now the starting five, when healthy, are great. Tyron Smith and Tyler Smith haven't played next to each other a lot last offseason. They did all offseason. They played next to each other. But during the season, they didn't. Terrence Steele has been playing next to Zach Martin for a good while. Martin next to B-Dash for going on 4 years now. So if Tyler Smith can play really well next to Tyron Smith, that starting five is a top 5 unit. But there's no depth behind it. No depth behind it. Right now you have Asim Richards, who is a backup left guard. You have TJ Bass, who is a backup right guard. You got Chuma Adoga, who is the swing tackle. Now, going up against the Giants, we beat them 10 straight times. The only times Dak has lost to them was his rookie year, week 1, and then week 13. Was it 19 and 20, and then 7 and 10. He ain't lost to him since 2017 up until now. We are way better than the Giants are. They added a bunch of slot receivers, basically, in Paris Campbell and Jalen Hyatt, Isaiah Rodgers, and no number one. And they got Darren Waller in free agency. J-Ron Curse, the tight end eraser, will take care of Darren Waller. Not worried about that at all. Our corners are so damn good that we could stack the box on first and second down. Saquon goes nowhere, and we can play man coverage. We can play cover 0 or cover 1 like Wink Martindale likes to do for the Giants. Problem is the Giants have a really good defensive line. Their secondary is suspect. Adoree Jackson's all right corner. They've got Deontay Banks, their first-round pick, and their sixth-round pick, Jackson, and Darnay Holmes. So you got 2 rookies at corner. Xavier McKinney, pretty good safety. Their linebackers are average to below average, but that D-line is pretty damn good. That interior D-line is pretty good. Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, and Alshon Robinson, who they got this offseason. On the edge, Thibodeau, and then Olajewalowi. I cannot say the guy's name to save my life. Right now, just sitting out there, you have Dalton Reisner, who, even if he wants $10 million, I bet you could talk him to $7.5 for 1 season. This is our year. This roster is the best roster I've seen since the 3rd grade. That was in 1995. Why would you want to skimp on the most important part of your offense, which is your offensive line, which basically dictates everything? If your offensive line is not good, your quarterback don't have much time to throw, your running backs don't have any lanes to run through, and if you're going to try to bet on us being healthy all year, that's a very bad gamble, especially with 77's injury history. Dalton Reisner's sitting out there. Ben Jones, who made his first Pro Bowl last year at the age of 33. He's 34 now. He was released because he didn't pass the physical. But if he's healthy, he plays center and he can play guard. That's another guy that you could pick up. And he wouldn't be very expensive either. Jason Peters, even at 41, put out a video saying that he's in shape, wants to play. His family's cool with it. He's ready to go another season. And he wants that second ring. And he already knows the players on the team. He knows the scheme pretty much. We've tweaked it a little bit, with putting some West Coast on what we already had. But Jason Peters can back up the left tackle or left guard. And he can even play right tackle if needed. Like last season against Houston, Terrence Steele goes down. We have one drive left, and Jason Peters says, "Coach, put me in at right tackle." Mike McCarthy puts Jason Peters in at right tackle. We march 98 yards down the field and escape a trap game, beat Houston. Just those three names right now are out there. Bring one of them in, because already, we might be going into week 1 without a starting left guard. Tyler Smith has a strained hamstring, and those are nothing to play with. Those can linger. And if you play in week 1 and he aggravates it worse than it is already, he could be out 6 weeks. I mean, that's real talk. And if that happens, you're forced to go out and sign somebody unless you just convince that the rookie Austin Richards, 5th round pick out of North Carolina, who plays left tackle, that can play guard, is going to hold up and play great against Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams and company. Play great against Quinnen Williams and company against the Jets. Cardinals, I'm confident without Tyler Smith. San Fran, with that Javon Hargrave, Javon Kinlaw. No. Steven and Jerry, tie up the last loose end on this team, the offensive line. You do that, and we're golden. We are stacked everywhere else. Cooper Rush, terrific backup to Dak, and then Trey Lance, a wild card third quarterback, if it came to that. Not a bad third quarterback to have. We're favored by 3.5 at MetLife, which surprises me because last season with Cooper Rush, we beat him by 7. We should have beat him by more. If CeeDee Lamb don't drop a wide open touchdown pass in the first half of that Week 3 Monday Night Football game. So basically, quick rundown. Key for our offense. If Tyler Smith don't play, pray Asim Richards or TJ Bass, whoever they put in at left guard, can impress and hold their own against Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, and Ashawn Robinson. And Wink Martindale likes to blitz. We all know this. They play a lot of cover 1, cover 0. Which means either they got one safety over the top or they got no safety help at all, which is a lot of one-on-ones. CeeDee Lamb on Adoree Jackson, Deontay Banks on Brandon Cooks. They both run 4.3s, but Brandon Cooks can run his routes pretty damn good. And Michael Gallup on Darnay Holmes or that 6th-round rookie. And then Jason Ferguson, doing what he does. Now, being that Giants like to blitz a lot, if our left guard is not in sync with the rest of the line and, can't keep up with the stunts that they pull, because the Giants like to pull a lot of stunts up front. I mean, crashing the defensive end inside, looping the linebacker outside, a whole bunch of stuff. If Tyler don't play, pray to God that Asim Richards or TJ Bass, both rookies, one a 5th-round pick, one undrafted, can impress and hold their own. Maybe the Cowboys know something we don't, and maybe these 2 interior kids can ball or can play good football on the inside. And if they can, that'll be key. Dak Prescott has to get off to a fast and clean start. Not like Thanksgiving, where he throws 2 first half interceptions. No. Fast and quick start. Offense needs to come out looking good and get a quick lead. Get on top of them by 2 scores. We do that because, Prescott is one of the best at recognizing blitzes pre-snap. So, if we can get on top of New York early, and I believe that would be by passing the football against that young secondary they have, then we'll force Daniel Jones to pass the ball. And that is our bread and butter on defense, to rush the passer. And that'll force him into mistakes, and that's exactly what we want. So, in the first half of the game, have Dak carve up that secondary with our 3 stud receivers, Jake Ferguson. And then in the second half, slow the game down, salt it away by running the football. Something that Kellen Moore just couldn't understand. A la Green Bay, a la Jacksonville. 2 games we shouldn't have lost, but we did because we kept passing the ball late in the game while we were up. When we should have been running it, salting the game away. Instead of throwing the ball 3 times in a row, going 3 and out, wasting 15 seconds of game time, and giving the offense another shot, and another shot, and another shot. On defense, LOL, I put, just do what they do. Have Curse, take away Waller, stack the box on rundowns, let Stephon Gilmore cover Jalen Hyatt one-on-one, let Trayvon Diggs cover Paris Campbell or Darius Slayton or whoever the hell one-on-one, let Deron Bland cover Isaiah Rodgers one-on-one. I like our chances playing man coverage with our corners against their receivers. Stack the box, stop Saquon on first and second down, and or blitz if it's a pass. Bring 7. Man coverage, maybe have one deep safety, Malik Hooker. Do that and don't let Daniel Jones escape the pocket. And if Daniel Jones does start to want to run, make him pay. Make him pay. Somebody come from behind or the side where he's not looking and just waylay the shit out of him to where he's going to think twice about trying to run again. Don't let Danny Dimes take control of the game with his legs. If you got to put a spy on him, put a spy on him. But if we're up multiple scores, then we force them to pass. And then that just falls right into our lap. I believe we can get away and beat the Giants and still beat them handily without Tyler Smith. I'd rather Tyler Smith sit this Sunday, week 1, if it's a strained hamstring and there is chance he could aggravate it even more. Rather him sit, because it's only week 1, and I'd rather him be healthy and ready to go for week 2 against a very good team in the Jets. But we have to just go get one veteran. Steven, Jerry. One veteran for depth. I mean, Chuma Doga's a veteran, but he hasn't played much. I mean, one proven veteran that has been good in his career. Even if it's a 41-year-old Jason Peters, a 34-year-old Ben Jones, or a 31-year-old Donald Reisner. Or make a trade for a veteran lineman. One of the two. I'd rather have one of those 3 guys as offensive lineman 6, opposed to Asim Richards or TJ Bass or Doga as offensive lineman number 6. Asim Richards could develop to be a great lineman, as could TJ Bass. But the future is now. Why leave that unfinished? Why leave your offensive line exposed? And God forbid we have 2 guys go down for a couple games. Tyler Smith and Terrence Steele. What, you got Asim Richards and Chuma Doga? That ain't going to work, man. especially against, because this schedule this season is not last season's schedule. We're not playing the NFC South, we're playing the NFC West. That is San Fran, Seattle, the Rams, and Arizona. Arizona, the only team that's tanking in that conference. The NFC South team that we drew is Carolina, which is the easiest of all of them, thank God. Philadelphia got Tampa. But the Giants got the Saints, I believe. And Washington got the other team in that conference. And in the NFC North, we get Detroit, of course. So tomorrow night, whenever Kansas City plays Detroit, hope that Detroit doesn't look very good. Hope they look bad. So out of the NFC North teams, that our team is pretty easy. And that Minnesota gives Philadelphia fits, as does Green Bay give the Giants fits, and Chicago gives Washington fits. Hope for that. Hope that the Lions don't look as good as advertised on Thursday night. Even if Travis Kelce don't play. We'll see. But that's the title of this video, man. You got everything else lined up, depth at the wazoo. In our Super Bowl days, we had great starters with great depth. We had that on this team except for the offensive line. The offensive line in the 90s had depth, man. I mean, in 94, we drafted Larry Allen. He was a backup guard his rookie year. And then later on that season, he got his starting role. 95, he was a starter. If somebody would go out, somebody would come in and plug and play seamlessly. Seamless transition. I mean, we had depth everywhere. 100%. Get depth on the offensive line. Steven, quit being a cheap ass and do it. I know Nick Bosa's contract of, 5 years, $170 million scares you, because Micah might get 5 years, $200 million. That's like a Dak Prescott contract. But the cap goes up every year. We'll be able to afford it. Go get one of these three guys or some other veteran lineman that has more experience and can recognize things better than these two young rookies that we got. Do that. Steven and Jerry, you do that, and we are golden. We are good to go. We will have no weaknesses across the board. It's just alarming because already in week 1, we're looking at an injury. You know, we're thinking if the starting 5 can stay healthy all year, that'd be great. But chances are that won't happen, and it's already rearing its ugly head. That should let Steven and Jerry know. Hell, Tyler's already hurt week 1. We already know Tyrone will get hurt down the road. We need to bring in somebody that we can trust to play tackle or guard or center. God forbid one of them goes down for a while. Great thing is Tony Pollard and Terrence Steele are 100%. They look great. Donovan Wilson probably won't play. Sam Williams is a question mark with turf toe. That's okay. We have so much defensive weapons. Sam Williams and Donovan Wilson can miss. I ain't worried about that. If we could pitch a shutout like we did 95 at New York, 35-0, that was our week 1 game to open up the 95 season. That'd be so awesome. Pitch a shutout against that Giants offense. All right, guys, that's it. I got to eat dinner, get ready for bed, wake up early in the morning. Guys, please subscribe, like, and share. Every subscriber counts. Every one of y'all subscribers count. Please hit that red button. It is free, costs you nothing, and I guarantee you I'll have a call-in line also. So on my live shows, we'll be live, if you know what I mean. You can call in, agree with me, disagree with me, or we can just agree to disagree. Or just chop it up about the passion that we all share, the blue and silver blood that we all bleed, collectively, Cowboy Nation. Keep God first and foremost. Seek Him in His righteousness, and everything else in your life will fall into place. I'm a living testimony of that. Live by faith every day, live one day at a time. It's my job to spread the gospel, spread the name of Jesus Christ. This is not a religious program, but it's my job to put His name out there. If you have any questions about that, let me know in the chat. If you donate to the channel, let me know in the chat that it was you that cash apped X amount, so I can keep my log. And after week 17, the top 3 donators will be announced on live show, and you will get said prizes. First place, playoff tickets. Second place, 2 jerseys of your kind. Third place, Emmitt Smith Rookie of the Year card. Most likely it'll be autographed by then. That's it, guys. Y'all have a good Thursday and Friday. Saturday, I'll cut a last pregame video. Hopefully we stay intact. Hopefully Tyler is feeling great Saturday and loose and is good to go. That'd be great, because I believe Tyler Smith and Zach Martin can be the best guard combination in the NFL. Both very strong men. One a savvy veteran, one a young stud buck that's very agile and athletic and super strong. That's it for this episode, guys. I'll catch you on the flip side. We are Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 days away from kickoff, baby. I cannot wait to thump them Giants and make a statement to the NFL, to a playoff team last year that advanced to the second round, and just thump them like we did Minnesota last season. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. If y'all watch to the end, 32 minutes, you're a real one, and I love you for it. Please subscribe. When I wake up in the morning and I see that from 3:44, I'm at like 3:50, that will just make my day. It really will, guys. Please hit that red subscribe button. I cannot say that enough. All right, guys. You have a good night. I catch you on the flip side. First class content all day, every day. Charles in Charge is out. Deuce.